Blessings, blessings, blessings. Happy Thursday, friends. I pray that you are in a state of flow and that you are feeling good this rising. I had to look at the clock. Listen, I don't want to talk about this as much as you probably don't want to hear about this, but I've been seeing a lot of comments on here about bring back shame. And I want to talk about bringing back shame. First of all, I want to start off with I don't understand what bring back shame means, but what I do hear is bully. I hear control. I hear I'm uncomfortable. I hear this isn't okay according to my beliefs. So, can we talk about shame? Can we be clear? First of all, shame is an emotion. So, if we know anything about emotions, emotions are an internal thing. Shame is actually meant to help us grow, move forward. It is a signal within us that there's something about what we're doing doesn't feel good for us, and it's for us to go and see what that is about. Now, you can be living your truth and experience shame, and you may be experiencing shame because you believe you're not living up to life standards, right? The belief that life is supposed to be a certain way, the belief that you are supposed to be a certain way, and when you don't live up to the standards of the social constructs or the social what has been socially acceptable, you may feel some shame around that, right? Maybe you're too silly, maybe, and I say too silly like this, or maybe, people think you're childish, or they feel like you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Maybe you're so, let's use me as an example. Back in the day, your girl used to get drunk, and I've lost some shoes in a club. I did. I used to lose my shoes in a club, y'all. What a time. Right? And so, there could be some shame around that. Because I remember I used to tell people, you got 7 days to talk about what happened in the club that night. After that, you got to let it go. Because y'all not going to keep bringing up my past. Y'all not going to keep me in the past. You got 7 days to have your jokes, to talk your crap, and we moving on. Okay? But right, so shame is a guidepost like every other emotion. Okay? And so when people say bring back shame, I want to give a perspective, right? And when I share this, right, this isn't about absolute, right? This is not absolute. It is truth, but it's not absolute. People talk about this is cringy or shame or the idea of bring back shame. The reality is all you're really saying is that you're uncomfortable with what this person is doing. This isn't about the person. This is about you. You are uncomfortable with what they're doing. Maybe what they're doing is against what you believe to be okay according to your values, right? Or maybe you were raised a certain way, and according to what you were taught, you believe that we shouldn't behave like that, right? I'm trying to think if there was, growing up, right, I was 18, and I used to work downtown on 5th Avenue, and one day my girlfriend came to pick me up, and when she came to pick me up, there was a lady outside with her Bible, and she basically started yelling at us, started telling us we're going to hell, and all these things, right? Those were her projections, right? Those were her fears being activated, and she was projecting it on us, right? Because that's not love. She wasn't trying to correct us, right? For the sake of humanity, she was just projecting on us her belief. Because if you wanted to correct someone, you don't have to make us feel guilty, right? Or try to make us feel guilty. You don't have to try to embarrass us or make us feel embarrassed, right? Those things aren't necessary in order to correct someone. Yeah, we could still feel embarrassed. Even I can hear something you say and still feel embarrassed by it, but when you are doing something not out of necessarily trying to correct people, but because you fear something, that's not love, babe. And so it's always interesting to me that people try to project their beliefs on people from a place that isn't love, right? Because yes, you can correct people and from a loving place, right? Because you believe it's the truth, because you believe it's helpful, but it's the way in which you do it. It is the energy in which you do it in. And so many times people are saying things like, bring back shame, bring back shame. I just do not. What are y'all talking about? Shame is an internal thing. So how do you do that? Are you saying to bully the person? Are you saying to do something so that they feel embarrassed? Is that what you mean? Because if that's what you mean, maybe you should just say that. You could also just tell us that you are uncomfortable with the way we are behaving. You also could say something like, this goes against my values and my beliefs, and therefore I reject it, right? Like, this is not okay according to my beliefs. And that is also okay. I think it's fine to disagree with someone the way someone is living, right? Like, it is what it is. Like, your disagreement it don't have to stick to them. It doesn't matter. Everyone has their path. Everyone has their journey. And it's so interesting how people think that one way is the only way or the best way. We are all unique expressions of the divine. A lot of these rules are man-made rules. I would love for y'all to tell me when God specifically told you that this is how it has to be for all of us. And you can quote me Bible scriptures, and then I'm going to ask you who wrote it. Who interpreted it? What was the initial? I'm going to have 1,000,008 questions. Because that could just have been the rules for that time. There's so many layers to our existence. There's so many layers to our evolution. And I just want to encourage anyone, whether you are the person saying bring back shame or whether you are getting that from other people. If you are getting that from other people, I'm sending you love. The reality of it is that shame comes from within. If you feel shame, you feel shame, but that is your work to do. Those people who are saying bring back shame or who saying that they feel cringe for you, that is their work. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That is a reflection of their own experience. This is my perspective, and I hold myself the same way. If I feel some sort of way because of what someone else is doing, I ask myself, where am I not free? Where am I not free that I'm trying to control other people? That I'm trying to determine what is correct for them? That I'm trying to tell them that how they exist is wrong. The fact that they even exist lets me know that they are worthy, that they are enough, that they are meant to be in existence. That's it. The fact that they exist is enough proof to me that that is it. Like, there's nothing else to be said there. How they choose to express themselves, like, I don't have to agree with it, but I also don't have to approach them in fear. I don't have to try to try to be unkind to them just because I don't feel comfortable with the way they live in, and neither do any of us. Yesterday, I saw that comment so many times on videos I was watching, and all I could think is, like, what do people think shame is? How can you bring back shame? Shame is an emotion. So I'm trying to understand, what are you actually saying? What do you actually want to convey to us? Are you actually just saying that you are uncomfortable with the way someone is living, or that you don't agree with the way they're living? You can just say that. But why make it the other person's problem when it's yours? Those are your emotions. They are for you to deal with. They are your signposts, babe, not ours. And I'm saying this because I love you, because I love us, and I want all of us to be free in who we are. I consider myself the ambassador of shamelessly embracing and living your truth. I'm here as a reminder on this earth, I believe, to remind people that we get to be free. We get to live our truth. We get to be an expression of the divine. And everybody don't have to understand it. But you also don't have to attack people or be unkind to people because they don't believe what you believe, or they don't live the way you think we should live. You can just ignore us. You can just ignore us. And no one has said that to me, but listen, if you're saying it to them, like, at any point you can say it to any of us, right? And I'm one of those people, like, listen, if it can happen to you, it can happen to me. You know what I mean? We all connected. We all one. So yeah, so I'm just sending that message out because I'm probably sure there's more I can say about this. There's more I want to say about this, but I think that this gets the gist of it. What do you mean by bring back shame? What do you mean? What are we talking about? You can just say that you don't agree with the way they live and keep it moving. You can actually ignore them. Easy work, babe. Or when you feel that way, do the inner work. I really, really do encourage that. Do the inner work. I actually have a course. It's a mini course. It's called Manage the Ego. And in Manage the Ego, I talk about all this kind of stuff, about you remembering the essence of who you are, the truth of who you are. Currently, the course it's not official. I have not officially done a big launch on it, but it is available for people to start engaging with it. All 6 modules are available. All 6 modules are standalone modules, and it's all about managing the ego. I start off by sharing what the ego is, how it was developed, awareness tools and techniques, emotional intelligence. I talk about all these things, and I will continue to add on to it. It is a reflection of my own inner journey, through understanding the ego, connecting with the ego, and journeying with it. So, awakening to the ego and journeying with it. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there too. That is available. I will put the link in the description just in case something here is like you want to just know more about emotions, or you want to know more about the ego. I have some information available. Yeah, the official launch for it is in spring, but I already have it up. So even though the landing page say that it's not all available, all the modules are actually available. So yeah, y'all, it's a work in progress. Anywho, I love you. I pray that you have your best day on purpose. Please be kind to yourself and to those around you. I love you all so much. All of us are communicating something, whether we do it out of anger, out of fear, or out of love. We're all communicating constantly. So I pray that you are spreading love as much as you can, and remembering that you are everything and yet nothing at all. The divine is in you. You are God. God is you. And let's just have a good time. I love you.